Meg roars as her immortal act at a cemetery was caught on camera. Witnesses said Megan Markle was seen grinning as she waved at the camera at a cemetery in Los Angeles. It seems she used the backdrop of this solemn venue to promote the Auel Foundation. The incident was reminiscent of an earlier situation when Meghan and Prince Harry embarked on an advertising campaign during the height of the pandemic, taking a group of photos to a U.S. military cemetery for a memorial that seemed in response to being denied the opportunity to publish wreaths at an official royal event in England during their recent memorial service for the victims of the September 11th, 2001 attacks. Meghan and Harry took the unusual step of listing all 2,977 people, those of who died at the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and on United Flight 93, which they displayed on the site's homepage. Auel Foundation website titled the page "In Memory" to mark the 20th anniversary of this tragic event for those of us who can remember the utter horror of that fateful day with planes crashing into tower blocks, fires, and the heartbreaking scene of people jumping to their deaths. It remains a deeply emotional memory. The sudden collapse of the tower and the heroic efforts of those trying to save lives amidst the chaos still make us choke up when we think of them. However, Meghan chose not to pray in private and instead sought to immerse herself in the tragedy. She copy and pasted the names of the victims from the internet into her commercial website, using them to promote herself as a pious figure. The exploitation of the names of victims, often reserved for respectful use in museums and monuments, is a questionable practice. Governments often have the honor of representing the nation, and by extension, all of us, when displaying these names. Auel's actions demonstrate a lack of understanding and respect for this tradition due to the desire to increase promotion for Auel and her personal brand. What made matters worse was her attitude at the September 11th memorial service with Prince Harry. While many people still remember the solemnity of the occasion, Meghan was seen happily waving at the camera and grinning. Even when someone took a photo of her, she seemed to be acting as she looked at the wreath, trying to imitate Princess Diana's mournful expression. Before that, she tried to insert herself into a Harlem school event and pretended to be a member of the British royal family when meeting the governor and mayor of the New York City. Witnesses confirmed that this was a PR stunt, and the next day, Meghan attended a charity event for wounded soldiers but mainly talked about herself. There was little recognition of the soldiers' sacrifice, and the fact that she even marched when she visited the cemetery to pay her respects was commendable. The need to regularly document these actions with photographers and film crews raises questions about the authenticity of their motives. One can't help but wonder why everything they do is presented to the press through their publicity team. After parting ways with the royal family, Meghan and Harry now only represent themselves, and they should limit impersonations of government representatives. Memorial days organized by Commonwealth countries to commemorate those who died in the battle should not be used as advertising opportunities. Piers Morgan criticized their actions, saying that the headlines and excesses were not without basis, especially when it took away from the solemnity of the event and overshadowed the duties of the officials, real royalty in England.